Hello. First of all, you don't need to start interpreting just yet. I'm going to introduce the speech. This speech is about long COVID, the symptoms of long COVID, treating long COVID, research into long COVID, and it also touches a little on the COVID-19 situation in general today. I'm now going to start the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, some might say that the COVID-19 pandemic is a thing of the past. I'm not so sure about that, to be honest. I recently read a BBC article that detailed 327 COVID-19 related deaths in the US over a period of 7 days. That might seem like a very small number, but I'm sure the wrath of the virus felt very real for the victims' loved ones. Something, however, that is indisputably a thing of the present is long COVID, which continues to have an impact on certain people. What are the symptoms of long COVID? According to the World Health Organization, the three most common symptoms are: number 1, fatigue; number 2, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing; and number 3, brain fog. This involves people having trouble with their attention, concentration, and memory. However, there are actually over 200 symptoms associated with long COVID. These just happen to be the most common ones, the top 3. The cardiovascular symptoms are considered to be of particular importance. I've already mentioned shortness of breath, but there's also heart palpitations. That's when the heart races, for example. On that particular point of shortness of breath, health experts advise that we take an individual approach when it comes to measuring this. People need to consider how active they were before contracting COVID-19. For example, were they able to run 5 kilometers without any breathing difficulty prior to COVID, and now just 2.5 kilometers, for example? In any case, I think it's fair to say that all of us feel a little tired from time to time. Sometimes we're ready to drop. We get the common cold, we lose our focus, or we stop paying attention. Does this mean that we have long COVID, as most of us have had COVID-19 at least once in the past? Well, the answer is no. Health experts advise that we give ourselves 3 months to recover from COVID-19. If, after 3 months, certain symptoms that I've already mentioned persist, then we should go to a doctor to see if we're suffering with long COVID. Unfortunately, long COVID's duration can vary. It is still a rather new condition, and experts have reported it lasting for just 2 months, and in some cases over a year. It continues to be researched. For those people suffering with long COVID, what are the treatment recommendations? Unsurprisingly, there is no silver bullet. As you can see, it can vary dramatically. Treatments are patient-centered, focusing on the specific symptoms of each individual. They can include rehabilitation or self-management techniques. These self-management techniques can be quite straightforward. A person experiencing fatigue should carry out physical activities during the day when they feel most energized. And this does not necessarily have to involve pumping iron. And that's good news for anyone like me who has the upper body strength of a kitten. A person with brain fog should focus on one task at a time rather than overwhelming themselves by undertaking several tasks at once. In fact, research is actually taking place in England on the use of computer games to help long COVID sufferers with brain fog. These brain training games focus on problem-solving abilities and memory techniques. This study involves participants engaging with these games on an app or a website for 6 months to measure accuracy and reaction times, for example. Let's hope this study will be useful and that more will emerge, as realistically, long COVID does exist. But given how varied and new this is, the condition isn't the easiest to treat. Unfortunately, continuous research into long COVID does merit investment and time, as coronavirus is still infecting people. Public Health Scotland recently reported 1,130 cases in Scotland over a period of 7 days. Meanwhile, in Ireland, the Health Protection Surveillance Centre, or HPSC, recorded 440 COVID cases recently. I'm actually jetting off soon, but not to Ireland on this occasion. I'm actually heading totally off the beaten track to Croatia. Not at all in vogue to island hop in Croatia in recent years. You'll notice I haven't included the figures for Croatia. Well, they do say that ignorance is bliss. Thank you.